Hi, my name's August, the CEO and founder behind Sales Company and all of the products on it, including Acquisition OS. I want to take this video to first off thank all of our supporters and everybody who have been here for us throughout the entire period that we've been developing Acquisition OS. And this is the first proper look into it, aside from just front-end materials. So I'm going to be going through all of the actual functional nuances of what Acquisition OS is. How does it exactly replace your current sales team? Or if you're a salesperson like I was, how it fully almost replaces you, aside from like a few minor nuances that you would need to still handle manually. But basically, in a nutshell, Acquisition OS by Sales Company is a full-on sales system that replaces the need for almost all sales tasks as is currently, the need for actively running ad campaigns, dumping money into there, dumping money into Google Ads. All of these things essentially become completely meaningless. So the first thing you see when you open up salescompany.io is going to be this landing page over here, which is specifically for Acquisition OS, and a short VSL that basically goes through how we went from the ideation for Acquisition OS, how we went to develop it, and all of the upsides that at the moment come with it. Now, for this video, I will step a bit more into the technicals, just basically going through how it actually works. So once you scroll down to over here, you have a short video showcasing how the AI would chat, like a short example. This isn't actually utilizing the AI brain, which is why the text messages and the exchange between the AI and the so-called potential client in this example isn't exactly accurate, but this is a fair representation. And basically just the fact that the AI goes on to find your ideal client, it pitches to the ideal client the product or the service that you sell, if as long as it's B2B, and also the visualization of the potential client actually booking in a consultation with a part of your sales team or with you directly, only in the instance that they already have verified intent to move forward or expressed interest in your product. So this eliminates all need for running ads, as I emphasized previously, or any sort of a need to train up this great sales team or anything else and dump all these hours into this, because this is already all pre-handled for you and your company by AI. So to actually start using it, you would get to this button here, which says Get Acquisition OS, and you would get through a short showcase over here again, which is the same visualization you saw on the page. And you have two options over here, right? So you can go ahead with a monthly trial, which would be $1,000 per month and get full access to everything. Or you can just directly go ahead and purchase the Acquisition OS system outright, which comes at a price tag of $4,550, is a one-time fee, and requires nothing to upkeep. And as a little bonus for the buyers that straight up acquire the system outright, we're also going to be supporting 2 months of free data from our side. So this is the data that you can feed into your Acquisition OS system, and the AI would start doing the outreach too. So 2 months worth of data completely free from our company's end. And we would also completely restructure your current offer to format it for outbound procedures. And as a little bonus on top, also, if you're current closers or you wish to improve the actual selling process and you have no framework, no nothing, when currently pitching to clients, as a small addition and a small thank you for supporting us, we're also including 2 months of free sales coaching, specifically closing deals that come from outbound sources such as this one. And obviously the third option that you have is also to book a free demo. So just click this button over here if you want to see how it works live or how it caters to your own product. You just click this button over here and you'll be taken to a booking section where your meeting is already going to be scheduled ahead directly with me. Now, once you've knocked out the price tag at the beginning, all of these things just directly fall into place. So the AI being able to book meetings autonomously and go ahead and find and source your perfect clients, the objection handling and everything else just directly falls into place. So the next thing you would be aiming to do if you're an Acquisition OS user is you would directly click on your created profile over here and you would go ahead to the settings page. So Once you go on the settings page, you would go ahead to the Acquisition OS section, And here you would find your knowledge base document. So this is going to be a document that our team would create together with you, which would basically input, quote unquote, the brains or the behind the scenes of your actual company. So what you do, in what areas you work, what sort of services you provide, what is your target audience, all of these nuances. And then our team on the back end would restructure and feed all of this information in to the current Acquisition OS setup so it can accurately represent your services and accurately sell it to the ideal customer that you have chosen. So that way there's just no confusion and the AI doesn't talk complete bogus. Once this is done, you would be looking to insert your scheduling link over here. So this is going to be the booking link that the AI would be sending across to your ideal clients. So Calendly works just fine. You can also, if you have a booking link on your actual website, you can put the page link over here as well. So it says Calendly link here, but whatever fits. You can input that information over here as well, and that will then be drawn to the bot's brain on the back end. That way, it can actually send these links and allow customers the chance to actually book the meeting. And the reason we've put the scheduling link in place over here instead of making the AI auto-lock clients who could potentially be interested into meetings already by itself is because people that do not expressly already show intent by going ahead and clicking the link and actually doing the booking themselves would very often be very unserious or very unqualified. So the AI is set up in a way where it pre-qualifies a little bit these clients with this scheduling link alone. The next part you're looking to do is add the integration. So the reason the Google API key is here is because this is what will be used to send out, for example, emails on your company's behalf. So this is one of the three channels. We have Instagram, email, and WhatsApp. So the Google API key is here for that purpose. In addition to this, the Google API key is here because it will store all of the lead data, so you own it privately on your side to whoever it reaches out to previous conversations, and you can overlook it manually also yourself from Google Docs if you choose to do so. The next API key is fairly self-explanatory. We're going to be looking to integrate the WhatsApp Business API key so the AI or Acquisition OS can reach out also on WhatsApp. The email key is over here as well. So I explained that the email key is associated with Google, but it's two separate things. So Google for Google Drive and email specifically for sending out email messages from your domain, right? And then lastly is the Instagram API key, which again is very self-explanatory. This is going to be one of the channels that the Acquisition OS system utilizes to reach out to potential clients. So whatever Instagram account you want to use for outreach purposes, you would be putting the API key from Instagram over here as well. Now, once this all is set up, you would click this button over here that says Save Acquisition OS Settings, and you would directly head back to Home, click here on your profile, and go to the AOS or Acquisition OS dashboard. Now, opening the dashboard, this might be a little overwhelming at first, but it's very, very straightforward. You have three platforms over here, which each are represented by their own information. So you have Instagram, you can switch very easily across to WhatsApp, and you can switch to email. And at the top, you would see general overview of everything that's going on with your current Acquisition OS procedures, the outreach, and everything else. So here, for example, when we click Instagram, we can already see here that directly under it is a button that says Email Outreach, and it says connected since the API key is connected, and just a short button or a switch that says activate or deactivate. This is a button that directly you can enable or disable your AI sales team, right? So for example, your AI sales team works over Instagram, WhatsApp, and email. You flip the switch if it's deactivated, and now your AI sales team is actively selling and pitching to customers. Here, you can see in the data section the funnel progress, right? So we have contacts that are pending, we have contacts that are contacted, in active conversations, require a follow-up, or have been marked as dead, or are either booked. Now this is also very straightforward. There's nothing you can edit here because there's no need for you to do so. You just go down here, you add your specific contacts, and the AI automatically will start reaching out bit by bit to all of the contacts that are added. And at the first point, when it messages the person, it's going to mark them as contacted. Then when the people reply, it's going to go into the second phase, which is going to be in convo/in conversation, which gets represented over here. The people that require a follow-up are marked as people that don't reply to the contacted message or die somewhere here in the convo and don't reply for at least 3 days, at which point the AI automatically sends them a follow-up. If somebody does not reply after 3 follow-ups have been sent over an interval of 3 days, after 7 days, and after 14 days, the contact is marked permanently as dead and shouldn't be used again. Alternatively, if the conversation goes well and the AI sends across a booking link whilst it's in the conversation stage or the conversing stage, and the client actually books, the contact is going to be marked as booked. So that's very straightforward. Your status distribution you can see over here represented as well, and the conversation funnel or the conversion funnel you can see here as well. So you see how many contacts are yet to be contacted, how many people are contacted, how many are in active conversations, how many require a follow-up, and how many are directly booked. Here you can see the activity trend, how that's going on as well. And here you can see all of your contacts down below, and also have the option to directly import the contacts that you need by clicking the Upload CSV button. Now, each section here, whether Instagram, WhatsApp, and email, have different contact lists, have different data sections to represent for all of this. So you just need to switch between these 3, and that's basically it. Lastly, you might get a question, you guys provide automatically like 2 months worth of free data when we become Acquisition OS users. Where do I actually get the ideal contacts to reach out to from that point onwards? And that's a very, very fair question. And you can do whatever. You can go scrape your own data from this point onwards. There's no specific requirements that, you must get data from some specific source. You can use your current lead lists if you've already built those up over time, or you can just do whatever, right? But we've also made it in a way where it's very easy to acquire data if you don't want to go through all this hassle to manually source it yourself or go with external tools. So from this dashboard over here, you can directly see this button above that says Lead Packs. Clicking on Lead Packs, you can directly build out your ideal client profiles and whoever you decide to reach out to. So if you're a marketing agency, just mark whatever you wish. So for example, you just type in real estate, and whatever else, you mark the country that you want the leads from, and they are priced 1,000 per 1,000 contacts. It is going to be $10. These leads are manually sourced by our team. They're not going to be duplicates, and they're specifically also going to be formatted to directly be ready to feed into the Acquisition OS system, and you can just run it from that point onwards. So you would just go back with your lead list, you would click on your profile, you go to AOS dashboard, you click, for example, email, you go here, you click upload CSV, and the email and the specific list that has been sent from our team to your email ID. You can just download that and click select file and directly paste it in here, and you're going to have all of your contacts ready, flip the switch, and you're already gonna begin selling again without any active human involvement. And the AI fully autonomously will be handling the way it speaks with people. It's going to be objection handling actively. And lastly, it is only going to book people that are very serious about your product or have expressed very specific interest in the product that you're actually offering. Now, as we built out Acquisition OS, the last thing that I felt personally was lacking was a dedicated way to track all of this information across without going to third parties and then paying separate fees to sort all the data and do all these things. So we introduced also NEXUS CRM, which is a completely free client relationship management tool where you can just directly build everything specifically to your company, and it is integrated directly with Acquisition OS. So for example, if you are marked as an Acquisition OS user on our company's page, salescompany.io, you would directly have people pop up here as leads in your pipeline, the people that book a meeting through your Acquisition OS bot. So everything would be directly integrated. You would just go from the Acquisition OS dashboard down to the Nexus CRM, and your leads would pop up here. And to get a better idea about Nexus and the initial setup required with it, you can just watch these two videos here that are currently blank as I'm filming this, but there'll be added information there at the point when you watch this. And yeah, you'll get a much better idea of what this is as well. Now, I'm a firm believer that everything needs to be backed up. And I also want to show you a live example just from the email list, how it actually looks like when the AI talks. So, you know, I've been hyping it up so much up till this point, but there's actually no showcase of nothing. So I'll quickly go through a short exchange that happened between the AI pitching our services and our product at the moment to a lead, and the text exchange that actually happened with that, right? So you can pause at any point in the video. I'm not going to read it out fully, but you know, here's you can see the opener. You can see how it named and tailored to the specific contacts area, everything. So the opener is like super simple. It says, "Hey, you guys do marketing also abroad or only here in LV, standing for Latvia, which is where the contact is based." And then the conversation starts, right? So I'll go back right now to the send section, and you can see over here how those conversations transpired and how it talks to the person. So this was a test run that we have done with our team, and you can directly see that it was tossed a lot of objections, a lot of questions to make its life specifically harder, and the booking would come through much slower. Here's the next exchange. Now I'm going to move on to the next message. Here's the message after that. Here's the message after that. You can see the AI is still going. It's not letting go of the client, no matter how many questions or objections are tossed its way. I can go on and on. Here we see another objection where the lead has mentioned that they'll only do a commission-based collab, which happens very often when you do outbound outreach. And here you can see the last message here where it also objection handles to the commission-based model, mentioning it specifically, like for our company, for example, we don't do commission-based splits. And here you can see this lead dying at the end. So I'm not only going to show you like perfect examples, but this would be in fact marked as a dead lead, right? Because some conversations, some people just aren't open or don't need your service, right? So this is very real how those conversations could end. But on the other side of the spectrum, very often once a person does agree to an actual pitch and a meeting where you guys go through all of the details and the client agrees to be sold, the meeting would be booked. So now I'll also show you a little bit of another conversation where we're talking about specifically going ahead with a booking. So for context purposes, at this point, the AI was asked what the actual service is. And here's its response. Here's what I said. Sure, yeah. Do I need to prep anything for the meet? And the AI said, nah, nothing too crazy. Easiest is just grab a slot first so you can pick whatever works on your end. It shot over the Calendly link and it said once it's booked, I'll shoot you over 3 quick questions to make sure that I come in prepared. And the reason it said that is to verify intent even after the meeting is booked. The lead replies with, done, booked it. And afterwards, at the very end, the AI says, legend, Calendly worked all right on your end, so it even double checks if the booking actually went through. And it says also, so the call isn't a mess, 3 quick ones, and it just shoots 3 questions, right? So whether the person is looking, or the agency for clients locally or from EU or abroad, what kind of clients the agency doesn't want to work with, and do they want the Acquisition OS system or the AI sales reps working from email, or also they care about WhatsApp and Instagram, right? So it's just these 3 quick questions. And the meeting directly from this point, if you head back to the dashboard, would be marked as booked. And once a booking is shot across, the system on the AOS dashboard would mark it here as one of the booked meetings. It would show and be represented under in the contact section as well. And after that point, once a booking falls through in the Nexus CRM, that lead would then show up here, and you would be able to add specific tasks under it, like when the actual meeting date is set for, whether you need to prepare anything for the meeting, and all that jazz. And yeah, I just want to thank you for watching this video all the way through. This is the first actual look that we have revealed publicly about Acquisition OS, and we are actively running the system now for ourselves. And it is working wonders compared to previously training sales teams that took personally around about 100 hours of my time invested at least on a monthly to manage everybody, to buy specific software for people. For our cold calling specialists, we'd buy them dialing tools, we'd buy lead lists separately, we'd install separate CRMs that again ate away at the money. And on top of all of that, we still had to pay salaries, right? So we were roughly spending previously around about $70,000 per year just on two sales reps that were doing the same thing that this AI is now doing for us, fully autonomously, whilst costing us just as much as acquiring the data which we would have needed to acquire otherwise. I now spend no time in actually training anybody because this is done fully on my behalf. I don't need to manage my own sales team because the AI does it for me. With that being said, my name's August. I want to thank you one more time for watching this video all the way through. I hope some of the stuff that I showed you, you genuinely found useful. And if you want to book in a meeting with me, you can just do it directly on the salescompany.io website, and I'll see if the Acquisition OS system is a fit for your B2B company as well. And yeah, look forward to speaking with you. Cheers. Have a good one.